C'est parti pour la réaction du programme spécial de la version 4.3 de Genshin Impact, c'est parti. Ah oui, avec Chevreuse et Navia qui vont être présentées vu qu'elles vont être les nouveautés. Voilà, bon, ce genre de blague on va passer. Ok. Donc Chevreuse et Navia qui vont être les nouveaux personnages de Genshin.
That can be a pretty technical job. Are you really up to it?
Wow. Ça c'est ma France, ça.
Wait, you put no thought into finding a good camera angle, and the characters weren't in the shot.
Ah, c'est Furina, la directrice.
Positions, everyone. Nice to meet you. I am Navia, the
Ouais,
president,
Navia,
leader,
mais c'est Navia.
commander-in-chief, executive director, and boss of Spina di Rosula. Hey there.
Son style, il est trop bien.
Yeah. Umbrella warfare, I guess. Fire!
Oh, ça c'est ma France.
Cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready.
Whoa, Furina's really kicking things into gear as the director.
Props and lighting set the scene. Actors can get their makeup done. Extras go over your positions.
Ayato.
Camera ready.
Shuri.
Get the clapperboard. Actors to your position. Lights. Camera. Action. Enough, villain. Pay for the death of our mother.
Maintenant on a Yaka, what the fuck?
You're just as naive as her. Did you really think 2 muskets would be enough to defeat me?
Your crimes are evident. Drop your weapons.
Oh là là, ce mousquet.
Justice will prevail. Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. We'll move on to the next scene.
Ah, Yomiya.
Did you really think you'd get away?
Chevreuse.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good kind of waves.
Incroyable. En vrai, ah non, ça a l'air fun. Ça, c'est ma France, les gars. La France au sommet de son art. Bon, voilà, ça fait la petite attente, on peut le passer. Voilà.
Welcome back to the version. And today I'm
Je suis à
president
côté.
of the Spina di Rosula. I'm so excited. I'll get to sing everyone a little
Je
song.
sais que tu chantes.
Before. Yeah. Okay.
Donc voilà, les petits moments où il déconne comme ça, on
Also
peut
wanted to
passer.
get some inspiration for- Speaking of new content, we can't have a new version without introducing some new characters. As you already saw in the trailer, Navia and Chevreuse will be our new playable characters.
Ça, on l'avait vu.
I'm
Par contre, vu
sure
qu'il y a
many of our
Shuri qu'on
viewers are
verra,
already
qu'on a
familiar
vu,
with
peut-être on les
Navia
a.
after seeing her throughout Fontaine's arc
Peut-être qu'on aura
quest.
comme personnage qui sait.
Who is Chevreuse?
Who indeed? Other Fontaine characters have already mentioned Chevreuse before in their voice lines, but Chevreuse will finally be making an official appearance in version 4.3.
I'm so excited! So exciting! Oh, by the way, what do you think of letting one of our characters from the new version take the lead role in our commercial?
Oh, well, I mean, if we're shooting a video for Chioria Boutique, then I think Navia would be
Là, ils font des blagues.
That was
Navia's outfit. Next, let's have a look at her fashion show.
Ooh, and by fashion show, we mean her character showcase.
Ça, on
I
l'avait
always say that blind optimism isn't the answer. If you want a bright future, you have to go out and seize it with your own 2 hands. This one's got your name on it. A proper send-off from the Spina with love.
J'ai envie de la poule, Navia, maintenant. Elle a l'air
Sorry, can
trop
we take a
stylée.
moment to appreciate how perfectly Chiori customized Navia's clothes and accessories to reflect her personality? She clearly pays a lot of attention to the small details.
Erica, I love how seriously you're taking the sponsorship. It's really great.
It's important.
While we're on this topic, though, Navia's parasol seems pretty interesting. On the outside, it looks like a delicate accessory used to block out the sun, but on the inside, there's actually a secret firearm that can be
Ça, c'est
used
la
to
France,
ward
ça.
off enemies at a moment's notice. It's elegant and fierce all at once, just like Navia herself.
T'aurais pu fusil à pompe.
Exactly.
C'est ce
Even
qu'on
when
a.
it comes to her enemies, Navia is not the type to eschew basic etiquette, so she prefers to maintain appropriate distance while in
Ah
combat.
ouais, ok, elle est
While
repoussée.
using her elemental skill, Navia opens her gunbrella and fires multiple Rosula shard shots that can pass through
Ah ouais,
opponents,
ouais, c'est
dealing
chargé.
geo damage upon a successful strike.
Ooh.
For a period of time after using her elemental skill,
C'est
Navia's
stylé,
normal, charged, and plunging attacks will deal increased damage and become infused
La
with
chudée
the power
concernant
of
ces tirs.
geo, which cannot be overridden.
Regarde,
Now,
dégage.
when Navia's in
D'accord.
combat, there are these little markings around her that look like bullets. I wonder if that's some sort of ammo for the gunbrella?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you guessed it. When a character in the party obtains an elemental shard created from the crystallized reaction, Navia will gain crystal shrapnel
Donc,
charges.
elle tient des shrapnels
Navia
sur
will
les
consume
trucs, les
these
petits
charges
cristaux.
after unleashing her elemental skill. Her skill damage increases with the number of charges that she's
Les gars qui
accumulated.
augmentent son nombre de
Oh,
chars.
okay.
Salut
So
Kikonal, bah ça
you're
va et toi?
saying that Navia's elemental skill becomes more powerful if she works together with other characters in the party to trigger the crystallized reaction.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great.
Navia's elemental burst calls forth the Rosula Dorata Salute, which unleashes a massive bombardment on opponents in front of her, periodically
hein.
dealing geo elemental damage. I should also mention that Navia will accumulate crystal shrapnel charges at certain intervals if she
D'accord, elle
strikes
obtient des,
enemies with
ok,
the Rosula
des
Dorata
cartouches si
Salute.
son outil
Ooh, now
touche les
that
ennemis.
salute is
C'est pas mal.
spectacular. That's awesome.
I heard that the Spina di Rosula likes to perform firearm salutes before important negotiations. You know, as a way to celebrate future success. And don't misunderstand, you guys, it's not an intimidation tactic at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's just the Spina's way of showing respect in their own way.
Yeah, totally.
Not intimidating at all.
No.
As the president of the Spina di Rosula, Navia is always trying to collect the latest intel by exploring all
D'accord, elle a un truc
corners of
pour
Fontaine.
les expéditions.
When Navia is dispatched on a 20-hour expedition
Sur du
in
20 heures,
Fontaine,
plus de
rewards gained will
récompenses,
be
ok.
increased.
Okay, so we just mentioned that Navia is the president
Oh,
of the
Quête,
Spina di
Histoire.
Rosula. So
Pour
I
Navia,
think we should
ça
bring up
fait
Spina's
plaisir, ça.
contributions to averting Fontaine's prophesized
Sachant
crisis.
qu'on a fini
I mean, it was
Bézou
all
et
thanks to
Rio
Navia's
Vassier
leadership.
dernièrement.
Exactly. Some people even lost their lives during that disaster. I'm certain that those events
Ah,
weighed
par rapport au
heavily on
désastre
Navia, but
qu'il y a
she
eu
remained
lors
tough
de la
and committed to
tentative de
leading the
prophétie.
Spina.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Peut-être
while
on
we're on
verra
the topic of
Furina.
Fontaine's crisis, though the prophesized dangers are over, the town is probably still busy rebuilding everything, right? I bet Navia's gonna be occupied with that for a long time.
Oh, definitely. That's something that travelers will be able to see for themselves. Navia's story quests, the Rosa Multiflora chapter, will become available in version 4.3. The
Mais
Spina
jure.
will be working diligently to rebuild Poisson. Though repairing the houses will be straightforward, the emotional distress may be much more difficult to address. If you're curious about how Navia and her crew are going to proceed, then be sure to check it out.
Ugh, I'm so
Oui,
excited.
surtout qu'elle a perdu ses deux gardes du
I'm
corps.
looking
donc,
forward to seeing what happens. Okay,
Tout
so
va changer.
now that we've introduced Navia, it's time for Chevreuse to be in the spotlight. Okay, I know that since she's a newcomer, you probably can't wait to learn more about her. So let's get right into it.
Okay.
Elle est stylée, Chevreuse aussi.
How should I introduce her? First off, Chevreuse is the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. It's a Fontainian organization that handles all sorts of difficult cases and dangerous criminals.
Ooh.
She
Okay.
doesn't like to appear in public without good cause, so if you happen to run into her, it's likely that you're in some sort of trouble.
But as long as you're a law-abiding citizen, there's no need to worry. Chevreuse is actually really easy to get along with outside of work. Oh, Feastos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces.
Ah ouais, carrément. Il faut manger, c'est typiquement français. Avec son mousquet.
Hands where I can see 'em.
Non, elle est stylée, elle est stylée.
What? That was so fire. And I'm not just talking about her skills.
Oh my gosh, look at her idle animation. I love that she loves snacks. That is so awesome.
She's a girl's girl, and she gets it.
Yeah, she gets it. She really does. She's not exactly what you'd expect from the captain of the special patrol, though, right?
I guess that's kind of true.
Faut manger dans la vie.
Chevreuse' work as a captain can be really stressful. I mean, I can't blame the
Par
girl
contre,
for
son
indulging
outil, ça
every
doit être des
once in a
bons
while
qui
to
doit
release
garder
some
tous les
stress.
ennemis à l'intérieur,
She
c'est pas
even
mal.
adjusts her training regimen to make up for her snacking habits. In fact, she trains more than any other member of the special patrol. Her platoon really admires her for that.
Wow, okay, she's got some willpower. That is awesome. She's really admirable.
The Special Patrol prioritizes combat ability above all else, so the organization often attracts some eccentric personalities.
Okay.
Allez, on présente le personnage, s'il
The
vous
Special
plaît.
Patrol
Ses
used to have
compétences, c'est
problems
plus
with
intéressant.
insubordination, but ever since Chevreuse took control, everyone has fallen into line, which does not surprise me at all. She commands respect among her peers, and she's a formidable fighter, and she leads by example. Though she demands excellence from her platoon, she holds herself to even higher standards. She always tries to be an example for others to follow, whether it's investigating cases or in marksmanship practice.
And it looks like a lot of her skills involve using a musket. She must be a pretty good shot.
Son mousquet en plus, stylé.
For sure. Chevreuse and her musket are basically partners in crime. They're inseparable.
Ah, c'est bah la lance de
She definitely knows
base,
her
pas
way
fou.
around a firearm. Chevreuse uses her musket to fire at opponents during her elemental skill.
Ah, c'est sa
For a
compétence
period of time
élémentaire.
after unleashing her elemental skill, Chevreuse will
Et du
continuously
personnage sur
restore
rester de
HP
façon
to the
continue.
active
Oh,
character
sympa.
on the field. During her elemental burst, Chevreuse fires an explosive grenade with her musket, which will split into
Ouais, c'est
secondary
ça.
explosive shells upon impact. Haha, impact.
C'est pas mal pour rassembler les ennemis. hein.
Wait, I noticed that Chevreuse has bullet-like markings around her during combat. Can she shoot a special type of ammo?
That's right. Chevreuse obtains an overcharged ball when a nearby party member triggers the
Réaction de
overloaded
surcharge,
reaction.
d'accord.
Holding Chevreuse's elemental skill will consume this special ammo to unleash an even more powerful pyro attack that covers a larger AoE.
Maintenir la
This
compétence
attack will
élémentaire,
also
ok.
grant an attack buff to all
Un bonus
pyro and
d'attaque à
electro
tous les personnages
characters in the
pyro-électro.
party.
Okay, so
Vu que
that's
Shaun
where the name
Goodraiden
overcharged
et,
ball comes from.
Uh-huh. Chevreuse actually came
J'imagine
up with the
Bennett,
name
ça peut être pas
herself.
mal.
She was reading a novel where the protagonist believed that names held a lot of power. If you give something a cool-sounding name, then you've given yourself an advantage over your enemies. That kind of logic resonated with her, I guess.
Oh, well, I guess she has a point.
Oh, I should also mention what happens if Chevreuse is paired with all pyro and
Associé avec
electro
uniquement des
characters.
persos
If your party
pyro-électro.
contains at least one character of either type, then triggering the overloaded reaction will cause an opponent's pyro and electro resistances to
Diminue.
decrease.
D'accord. Ah oui.
Okay,
Donc elle, c'est
so it
vraiment
seems
perso
like Chevreuse
électro et
could really
pyro.
shine in an overload team comp. But I also did notice that Chevreuse isn't solely limited to a musket. She also uses a polearm in combat. Okay, honestly, if I were a criminal, I feel like I'd be pretty nervous if she came after me.
Oh, for sure. Most people who have something to hide avoid her like their lives depend on it. And maybe it does. In all seriousness, though, that's why Chevreuse trains so hard.
Ouais, c'est un
She
peu
has to be
dommage
able to
qu'elle se
catch
bat
a
à
wide
l'arme
variety
d'asthme
of
de
cunning
base.
criminals
Ça
who
aurait
try
été
to
mieux qu'elle
evade her at
garde
all costs. So when Chevreuse is in your party, stamina consumption from
mousquet.
sprinting is
La consommation d'endurance
decreased.
lors du sprint diminue.
Oh,
Oh, c'est
I
sympa. Ah oui,
love
ça tient
that.
bien.
These two new characters are great. Both of them would be great leads in our commercial. I don't know, it's so hard to choose.
Par contre, elle a pas de quête histoire ou d'escapade, c'est un peu dommage
will make
pour
this even
présenter le
harder for you.
personnage.
Oh no.
À moins
We're
qu'elle soit
about to take a
dans
look
la
at
quête
what
histoire de
event
Navia.
wishes that travelers can look forward to in version 4.3. The candidate
Ah, les
pool
vœux events.
for the lead role of our commercial is about to get even bigger.
Oh,
my
no. In the first half of version 4.3, travelers can look forward to event wishes for
Donc en
Navia
premier,
and
c'est Navia
Ayaka.
et
A new
Ayaka.
5-star claymore, Verdict, will also be featured in the weapon event wish.
In the second half of version 4.3, we'll have returning event wishes from the
Ah
Raiden
oui.
Shogun
Oh, par
and
contre, la
Yoimiya.
deuxième phase,
During this time,
Shogun,
Chevreuse
Yoimiya,
will also receive a
Chevreuse.
huge drop rate boost. Be sure to
Les
check
Shogun
them
et
out if you're
Yoimiya, moi qui les ai,
That's
si je
awesome.
veux les passer,
Travelers
c'est
can also
un.
look forward to two new artifact
La
sets
guide
in
de
version
Chevreuse, ouais, elle est
4.3.
sympa, j'ai hâte de
Songs
voir
of
la voix
Days
japonaise
Past
aussi.
and Nighttime Whispers in the Echoing Woods. Be sure to keep an eye
Là,
on
je suis
future
plus
announcements
tenté de
to learn more
pull la
about them.
deuxième
This
phase.
seems like the perfect time for our first
Même
break.
si je pense
We've
le mieux
shared a
pour
ton
moi,
of
c'est d'avoir
information so far, and I bet travelers could
Shogun.
use some time to digest it all.
You're right. For
Là,
sure.
j'ai joué en Jap.
Let's take a break while we
En
take
vrai,
a
les
look
voix
at the
Jap, elles
second
sont
group
bien.
of redemption codes. The version 4.3 special program is brought to you by Chiyoria
Après,
Boutique and will return
peut-être que
shortly.
je garde pour avoir Chlorinde ou Arlecchino. Mais Arlecchino, c'est dans longtemps. Hein. Je crois que c'est à la 4.7 qui sera la dernière, le dernier patch, quoi, de Fontaine. Ça va me rendre triste de
Welcome back,
partir de
everyone.
Fontaine.
So, we've thoroughly discussed our casting options for the Chiyoria Boutique commercial. Any ideas?
If we're making a commercial for Chiyoria Boutique, then how about we include some event footage of Chiori?
Yay!
Chiori is actually going to appear in the event for version 4.3.
What? While the travelers have been able to see her store in the court of Fontaine, they'll finally get to meet her in person.
Yes,
oui.
I know. Travelers can also look forward to meeting Ayaka and Ayato in Fontaine. Chiori suggested that they should stop by, so here they are.
So cool.
Hey, this is
D'ailleurs,
actually the
Ayaka, sa
perfect time
tenue,
for
sa
a
nouvelle
word from
tenue
our
là qu'on voit,
sponsor.
elle y est déjà, je crois. hein.
Inazuma-born fashion icon Chiori. Chioria Boutique is your one-stop shop for the latest and most influential fashion in Fontaine.
That is right. Chiori is acquainted with the Kamisato siblings because she's also from Inazuma. She
Bah oui,
actually
logique.
introduced Ayaka and Ayato to Xavier and recommended
Oh,
that they make
Xavier.
a trip to Fontaine for the Fontinalia Film Festival.
So exciting! Will you tell us more about the Fontinalia Film Festival?
Oh, the Fontinalia Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights. According to the myths, they went on a quest to search for the Oceanids and eventually welcomed the Hydro Archon Egeria to Fontaine.
It's one of the most important festivals in Fontaine, like what the Windbloom Festival is to Mondstadt and Lantern Rite is to Liyue.
Ah, so exciting!
Ok,
The
ok.
Fontaine Film Association proposed the Fontinalia Film Festival earlier this year, and during this time, the public may submit films for evaluation. The entry with the highest score will be given the Furina Award by the association.
Prix Furina.
Well, we can
D'accord.
see Furina working with Ayaka and the others here.
Elle avait gagné son propre thé.
Does this mean that there's a chance that Furina might
C'est le but.
win the Furina Award?
Mais moi, ça me
Okay,
va, hein,
now
tant
I'm
qu'il y a Furina dans
intrigued.
l'histoire.
Well,
je suis content.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to leave you in suspense. If travelers are curious about what Ayaka and the others are doing in Fontaine, or how Furina fared, you'll just have to play the event when the new version becomes available.
Je pense que l'event va être cool. Ça sera un
So,
petit
we know that
event,
several friends from Inazuma
genre mode
will be in
pépère,
Fontaine
tu vois,
for
il n'y a
the
pas de
Fontinalia Film
méchants, ce genre de
Festival,
truc.
But travelers have so much more
Mais
to
ça
be
va être cool.
excited about.
Ça va être cool de le
Travelers
faire.
will also have the opportunity to participate in a variety of activity booths during the festival. Each one will have a different theme.
Ah, so cool. The first activity booth is the 1000 Pace Interdiction Arc Minute Sharpshooting Zone. In this activity, travelers will use the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol simulation device to
Oh.
practice targeting and shooting.
Abattre l'ennemi.
Special Patrol wanted the public
Sniper
to experience
Elite.
how fun target practice can be.
And the second activity booth is called Trick Shots, Tricky Lights. In this activity, travelers
Ouais.
will use the studio's special lighting effects to film a fight scene. Take advantage of the buffs brought about by
Ouais,
the
je
special
vois
lighting
le
effects
style.
to defeat an endless stream of opponents and obtain a higher score.
So cool.
Ils sont toujours obligés de
Special lighting
rajouter ce
effects
genre
are really giving
d'event
off old
comme
movie
ça,
vibes.
truc de
Navia's
combat, on va
movements
dire.
are also super smooth. It's all so atmospheric.
Oh, for sure. But not everyone is enjoying the fun and games. Travelers will meet a contract employee at the third activity booth. She needs some help with her demanding client. During the activity Extreme Drive, travelers will help her test out stabilization mecha balls.
Look at how the traveler chases after those stabilization mecha balls.
Oh.
Okay, I bet that contract employee can relate since she's being
Donc
chased
ça veut
down
dire
by that
que
client.
c'est un jeu multi, genre mode
Stabilization
mini-jeu
mecha balls seem pretty
Mario
ordinary,
Party
but
si on
they're
veut dire ça.
actually
C'est
very
stylé en vrai,
agile.
c'est drôle.
They'll automatically avoid all testers by moving in the opposite direction of your movement. You can find jump boosters around the testing grounds. Travelers can use them to jump higher and further, which is perfect for quickly traversing to the other side of a stabilization
Oh,
mecha
c'est...
ball. Travelers in co-op matches will
Ah, c'est
have to
sympa,
find a
ça
way to
change un
herd
peu.
as many stabilization mecha balls into their target area as possible within the time limit. The more mecha balls that end up in your area, the more points you'll earn.
The fourth activity booth is called Into the Frame. In this
Placard.
activity, travelers will get to shoot their own scenes by experimenting with different camera positions and narration techniques.
Cool! We get to make a movie! That's awesome. Travelers might remember helping out Xavier with some filmmaking back in Inazuma, but this seems more professional. Wait, maybe this can be the inspiration for our commercial.
Oh.
Now that I think about it, a Fontanian man went to Inazuma to shoot a film. I guess international travel can be a source of artistic inspiration. That must have also been true in Shiori's case, since she opened Shioria's boutique in Fontaine.
Ooh, that could be a strong theme for our commercial. Actually, Ayaka
Oh,
and
ces
Ayato
lunettes.
aren't the only
C'est trop
Inazumans
stylé.
traveling abroad in version 4.3. Kuki Shinobu just arrived in the
Oh,
US for
Shinobu
her
aussi
class
qui vient.
reunion.
Yeah, and Ito decided to tag
Avec
along as the
Ito.
boss of the Arataki gang. And he brought his Onikabuto with him. I think he plans to train his beetles for
Oh,
battle.
le fou.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Arataki Blazing Armor Beetle Battle Boot Camp. That name is definitely very Ito.
Right,
Toujours,
for sure. And there was also a beetle battle event in version 3.4, right? Ito battles against a super powerful beetle battler. I believe his name was Grandmaster Hanakado?
Yep. Grandmaster Hanakato made an impressive showing during the last beetle battle event. This time, he's made the trip to Liyue with Ito. It seems like the two of them have met a mysterious new beetle battle master.
What? Who is it? Tell us!
Tell us, tell us,
I'm
tell us.
sorry.
Voilà, j'ai très
I'm
très
sorry,
peur
I
de
can't give that
savoir
away. Travelers will have to discover their identity during the event.
le nouveau maître
Aside from
escargot.
meeting this mysterious new beetle battle master,
M'a
travelers
rappelé.
can also look forward to new ways to battle. While the movement and charge mechanics remain unchanged from the original event, travelers can now also instruct Onikabuto to use guard to defend against electro bullet and jet stream attacks. Make use of the movement, charge, and guard strategies to topple your opponents no matter what they throw at you. Master them, and you'll be ready to tackle the ultimate trial of the strong.
Ça m'extermine. En vrai, ça m'extermine, mais c'est le genre de petit mode de
Travelers
jeu
can
qui me
look forward
fait
to
marrer.
encountering an old friend in the Fontanian countryside. That's right, Ullman came to Fontaine and he brought his treasure map and treasure-seeking
Oh non, le
Sealy
retour
along
du
with it.
man avec sa fée.
Yay! Our mini Sealy friend is back!
So cute. Travelers can help restore the Sealy's vitality by absorbing energy from the locations that are marked on Ullman's treasure map. In return, the Sealy will guide us to the locations of buried treasure. After
Okay.
collecting ancient iron coins during this event, you can exchange them for various rewards, including a mini Sealy in your
Bien
preferred
évidemment.
color.
Ooh. Okay, so in the event preview, it looked like some of the treasure is located underwater, but when I first arrived in Fontaine, I discovered that Sealy couldn't follow me underwater. Is this treasure-seeking Sealy different?
That is very observant of you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
In this iteration of the Lost Riches event, a new mini Sealy named Brilliance will be available. This new mini Sealy can travel underwater.
D'accord, et quand l'event est fini,
Treasure isn't the
il
only thing
continuera à
that you'll
suivre ou pas
discover
du
in
tout?
Fontaine's countryside. You
Il
might
y a beaucoup
also come
d'events
across a
là pour le
mysterious
coup,
domain
étant donné qu'il
guarded
n'y
by
a
a
pas une
unique
grosse quête
swordmaster
Archon
who
ou
searches
plein
for
de
the
quêtes
meaning of
histoire.
battle. During the Dance of Resolute Will, travelers will get the chance to participate in combat challenges. Each challenge stage will contain 2 rounds. Travelers must select their party compositions before the challenge starts. One of your chosen characters must be used in both rounds, but no other character can be repeated.
Oh, okay.
D'accord.
After you complete a Blade Dance objective during a challenge, you will obtain a heightened verve buff. Defeating opponents while heightened verve is active will grant you more points.
And another old friend is returning in version 4.3. That's right, it's Lieben!
Oh, l'île fiable. Le retour.
Oh, and if Lieben is around, then that must mean we'll have a chance to trade a bunch of items for Primo Gems again.
Ah, ça fait plaisir ça.
Exciting! Okay, so it looks like
C'était
Lieben
notre-
isn't the only old friend we'll be reunited with in version
C'est le meilleur moyen de
4.3.
farmer à l'époque.
Several familiar faces will be joining the Genius Invocation TCG. After this update, travelers will have the opportunity
Ça, j'en
to
ai rien à
challenge
foutre du
characters
TCG.
around Fontaine.
Il y a des gens ici qui
A
jouent au
new
TCG
Fontaine-themed
dans le chat,
cable
genre
customization
qui
will
jouent
also be
énormément.
available.
Ah, I'm so excited to see
Ah, parce que
players
moi j'y arrive
challenge
pas
the
du tout, hein, ce
Melazine.
truc.
Oh, so exciting. Travelers can look forward to the addition of several new cards, including 6 new character cards, plus
personnages,
5 new
quoi,
monster cards, such as Dvalin, Signora, and Ajdaha, will be obtainable from the corresponding tavern challenges. But that's not all! The Forge Realms Temper event will also be making a reappearance, and there will be an update to the heated battle mode. Be on the lookout for future announcements.
There's
Ouais, le jeu
TCG
de cartes,
content to look
en
forward
fait un
to
peu de temps en
outside the
temps,
game
que
as
je connais
well.
les
The
suspects.
Genius Invocation
Ok,
TCG Asia Invitational will officially begin in January 2024.
Il va y avoir un tournoi du jeu.
Travelers can look forward to some friendly competition between 16 of the top TCG players all across Asia. I heard they're some of the best in the region. So cool. Be sure to follow the Astro Carnival X or Twitter account to stay up to date on the latest news.
Ah, les collections les suspects, genre, j'étais en
this
mode
is
les
also
suspects, j'étais en mode
exciting.
j'ai raté un épisode.
Well, hang on to that feeling, because we're taking a short break to look at
suis-
the
je
next
suis-
group of redemption codes. We'll be back to sharing more exciting information about version 4.3 in just a moment.
Yay!
T'as un Tsuki qui garde les suspects dans sa cave pour les faire parler. Je sais que c'est toi le meurtrier. Non, arrêtez. C'est de... Genre c'est des frites au four. Ah, mais moi je vais me faire un sandwich là parce que je crève la dalle.
Honestly, our promotion is definitely system optimizations that the
Ah,
project team
système
has prepared for version
optimisation du
4.3.
système.
Okay, first we have some artifact-related optimizations to introduce. With an
C'est sympa de
ever-increasing amount of
montrer
artifact
comme
sets
ça
to
maintenant les
choose
systèmes
from, many
d'optimisation, ça
travelers
va
may
vraiment
have been
cool.
hoping for a better and quicker way to filter and locate desired artifacts. After the version 4.3 update, travelers can check out artifact set recommendations for a given character to see what artifact sets active players have been choosing
Mais en
for that
espérant que
character
ça c'est les
recently.
meilleurs.
cool.
Genre en mode si
In
t'as ça
addition,
franchement
an
c'est fou.
automatic locking function has been added. Now, when filtering artifacts in your inventory, you can lock the artifacts that fit your filter specifications in batches. With the automatic
Ah,
locking
ça c'est
function,
pas mal.
newly acquired artifacts that fit your locking
Genre
criteria
verrouiller
will
genre style
automatically
HP,
be locked when
pourcentage
added to
avec
your
pourcentage
inventory.
parce que t'as
Oh,
besoin de
that's awesome.
garder
Travelers
tous
can
les
have up
items
to
comme
2
ça pour
preset
telle
auto-lock
personne.
plans for each artifact set. Travelers can choose their own or follow the recommended settings summarized for active player data. Since it may take some time to collect the necessary statistics, new artifact sets will not feature
C'est pas mal,
recommended
ça.
locking settings immediately.
Okay.
Yes. Of course, if you can lock artifacts in batches, you can unlock them in batches as well. Travelers can look forward to both of those features in the new update.
Ça c'est une très bonne mise à jour.
That's not all though. Travelers will be able to sort artifacts by 3 different attributes. Plus, the artifact enhancement screen will allow travelers to add a greater
Ah,
amount
ça
of
c'est bien, une
enhancement
plus grande
materials
quantité de
at once.
matériaux. Ça a
An
dû, ça
enhancement limit feature will also be
a dû
available.
être des années que ça a
These
dû être fait
optimizations
là.
will not only make artifacts easier to find, but also quicker to level. Be on the lookout for future announcements to learn more.
The project team is always working hard to address your survey feedback. So, travelers should look forward to further
Ouais, moi les trucs
artifact-related
d'enquête j'y réponds
optimizations
parce que
in
je sais
future
que
version
on peut leur faire changer d'avis.
Improvements to equipping artifacts and other artifact-related optimizations are
Ok,
all in the works.
ça c'est bien.
Ooh.
In addition, the project team has made adjustments to provide smoother ascension and enhancement
Ah,
experiences for
auto-add.
travelers. When
Merci.
you level up a
Ça doit
character,
faire
enhance
depuis le
an
début du jeu
artifact,
qu'il aurait
or
dû être
enhance
ce
a weapon,
truc.
you no longer have to click so many pop-up windows.
Oh, that's awesome.
Où ils mettent tout
As a
bien
new player
correctement
using
parce
a
qu'à
few
chaque fois
1 and 2
t'es...
star materials to level
On va dire,
artifacts, the
tu
whole
devais
process might feel a bit
mettre
slow, especially with
ça,
pop-up
puis
windows
changer
appearing.
ça.
Totally. This new optimization significantly reduces the amount of
Bah
pop-up
oui, le nombre de
windows that we
fenêtres
have to click
pop-up, bah oui.
so travelers can look forward to a much smoother enhancement and leveling
Il y avait
process.
beaucoup
The next
d'améliorations à faire sur
optimization
ça.
has made it easier to repeat domain challenges. Previously, travelers who tried to continue domain challenges would be sent to the entrance of the domain. This meant they would have to run all the way to the center to start the challenge.
Et
But
maintenant, ils se
after
prennent
this
devant.
update, travelers who choose to continue in a domain challenge will load right next to the area where you can actually start
Depuis le
fighting,
début, ils
which
ont
is
dû faire
amazing.
ça.
So, happy farming, everyone!
Ooh. This should make it way easier for players to farm artifacts for Navia.
Ah, ça m'extermine.
Yeah,
True, true.
definitely.
Après tant d'années
In
de
addition,
jeu,
version 4.3
décide de
has
faire
made it
ça.
easier to clear your quest backlog. Archon Quest Chapter 2 Act 4, In the Depths, An Unexpected Reunion, takes place in the underground mines of the chasm. In the past, travelers had to complete the world
Quasiment.
quests, Chasm Spelunkers, and
Ouais.
the Heavenly Stones debris before being able to proceed to the Archon Quest. In this update, travelers no longer
C'est deux
need to
quêtes de
complete
monde,
those
d'accord.
2 world quests. Instead, travelers can speak directly to the miner who issued the commission to unlock a teleport waypoint.
Oh.
It will take them to the corresponding area and automatically trigger the next steps of the Archon quest.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. This will hopefully make it easier for travelers to quickly progress through Archon quests.
So cool. So that'll make it significantly easier for new or lapsed players to access the Archon quest and claim those sweet, sweet intertwined fates as fast as possible.
C'est bien ça.
Yes, definitely.
For sure.
Ça c'est sympa ça.
Also, one-click expeditions
En
will
un
be
clic seront
available
disponibles.
starting in version 4.3. This will allow travelers to claim expedition rewards
Et tu
and
peux
repeat
recommencer,
expeditions
mais
with a single click. Travelers will also
j'ai
be
perdu
able to
des
claim
heures de
processed
jeu à faire ça.
ingredients and forged items with a
Il le
single
rajoute
click.
que maintenant.
Oh, sweet.
Et pareil pour la
It's
bouffe.
gonna make it easier to collect rewards from Catherine.
En fait, de compense auprès de Catherine.
There's also a ton of other quality of life improvements in this
Mais-
update. For example, optimizations have been
Putain,
made to
enfin,
enemy
il décide
tracking with the
d'améliorer
adventure
le
handbook
système,
and character
d'améliorer
selection
nos
logic
vies.
during crafting and
Il nous
forging.
fait
In
économiser du
addition,
temps.
when performing mystic offerings, travelers will now be able to add artifacts in batches. There's a lot to look forward to, so be sure to check future announcements for more
Ah,
information.
franchement là,
Okay,
ça va nous
moving
faire
on from
gagner du
optimizations,
temps.
a new Fontaine-style realm layout will be added to the Serenity pot. Simply purchase the corresponding items from Tubby to unlock
Ah
it.
oui, la nouvelle zone de
Ah, it
fontaine
looks
dans
like
le
an
teapot. C'est
aquarium.
magnifique.
I know, right? Travelers can use ocean currents to travel between the islands in this
Mais c'est
layout.
trop stylé.
Some islands
Non mais
even have
fontaine,
ponds
mais
where travelers can use
fontaine,
fish.
It's like a cool underwater kingdom.
fontaine
It's
qui est
just
au
so pretty.
sommet de la création, tu vois.
And they'll be even prettier once travelers
Mais non,
have
je
the
les ai
chance
pas
to
vus,
make
les
them their
leaks.
own. I'm so excited to see what everyone's going to come up with. Especially my friend's teapots.
Ah. You just want to copy their designs, don't you?
I don't know. Maybe.
I knew it.
I have another piece of super exciting news
Non,
to
c'est
share
stylé,
with
hein.
everyone. Okay, I know, right? The annual Genshin Impact online concert, Melodies of an Endless Journey, is coming soon! Yay! I heard this year's concert is going to celebrate Genshin's classic melodies in an entirely new way. Let's take a sneak peek at some of the amazing moments that this concert has
Alors,
in
est-ce que
store.
c'est le coup d'œil genre musique qui dure 20 minutes? Ouais, c'est ça, j'imagine. Ouais, c'est ça. Ouais, bon, je vais passer. Hein. Mais. Ah ouais, mais le truc de fontaine, c'est incroyable. C'est incroyable. Tu sais, ils sont là en mode, bon les gars, alors Fontaine, la France. Tu sais, il y a un appel de Macron comme ça, tu vois. Ouais.
Yep. Further details will be announced
Tu sais,
across
ils ont
Genshin
subi une
Impact's
pression
official
des
social
Français.
media
Tu vois.
accounts.
Ils ont
So
fait,
be
oh
on
mon
the
dieu,
lookout for more
la France
information.
nous
At the
juge.
end of version 4.3, travelers can also look forward to the release of the
Bon, ça,
fourth,
ok, toute
the out-
musique, on
We're-
connaît.
Too.
Et là, je pense qu'on est à la fin.
You're right. The special program was a pretty good.
Totally.
Il était court le programme
Let's let
spécial. Après, c'est beaucoup
Seymour,
d'events.
Navia and
Parce
her
qu'en vrai, on a
fighting
juste
action.
une quête
And
histoire de Navia.
also, can't wait for-
On a juste. Attends, je regarde s'ils mettent un truc. Ouais, non, à la fin. Oh, le musée. Mais en fait, le truc, c'est qu'on a juste une quête histoire de Navia. Après, on a un event. Genre, ou en mode ils font des films, mais genre, c'est un event. C'est pas genre une quête Archon. Où il y a Furina en directrice, des personnages de Inazuma et tout, qui va être, je pense, sympa à faire. Et après, sinon, c'est que des events qui vont arriver, plein de petits events et tout. Donc, la version 4.3 de Genshin, ça va être vraiment une version chill. Voilà, parce qu'on avait la 4.0 classique, la 4.1 qui préparait la prophétie, la 4.2 c'est la prophétie, et qui met fin à l'histoire principale de Fontaine. Là, on a une 4.3 tranquille, et je pense qu'après, on aura une 4.4 où on aura peut-être des escapades, parce que ça fait longtemps qu'on n'en a pas eu des escapades. La dernière escapade, c'était la 4.1 avec Keia, je crois. Je pense que la 4.4, on aura une histoire concernant les abysses. Généralement, pour chaque région, vous savez, on a toujours un chapitre, une extension, je veux dire un patch avec les chapitres, avec Denslev, avec comment ça s'appelle, le truc de l'abîme, c'est pas le culte de l'abîme, je sais plus, l'ordre de l'abîme, je crois. Donc peut-être on aura un chapitre sur ça par rapport à la sœur, parce qu'en vrai, bah, nous on sait toujours pas où est notre sœur et tout, donc je pense qu'on aura un patch concernant ça. On aura peut-être un truc d'Ensley, ouais, voilà, qui a une réa. Ben, je pense, hein, généralement, ils en ajoutent toujours un comme ça. Ou un truc qui en fait référence. Bah, jusqu'à la 5.0, je pense pas, parce que la 4.7, on pourra jouer Arlecchino, et je pense que ça, on va avoir... En fait, je pense que le dernier patch, ou les 2 derniers, ça va être avec les fatui. Parce qu'en vrai, les fatui sont très invisibilisés par rapport à Fontaine. Pour Fontaine. On sait que, bon, il y avait Arlecchino qui a un peu négocié, mais c'est normal parce qu'il y avait la prophétie. Et encore, on la voit juste de temps en temps dire, bah, on est cool, on travaille ensemble. Mais je pense qu'on aura un autre truc où... le truc, c'est qu'elle a déjà ce qu'elle voulait. Elle a le Gnosis Cryo. Mais je pense qu'il va y avoir d'autres trucs qui va se passer et que Arlecchino va être là. Donc peut-être l'intervention d'un autre fatui, j'en sais rien. Donc à voir. En tout cas, cette 4.3 va être cool. Certes, très courte, mais va être quand même cool. Donc bien évidemment, on le fera en live. Moi, je vais essayer d'avoir le partenariat de la 4.3, qui espérons-le de l'avoir haut la main. Et voilà. Et après, on fera bien sûr des streams. Donc ça fait que le programme spécial, lui, je le mettrai sur YouTube. Donc ça fait pour ceux qui le regarderont, n'hésitez pas à lâcher un pouce bleu et à vous abonner si cela vous a plu.